Welcome back to the Modern Agency Podcast. Today we are going to talk about everything that St. Louis has to offer, and we're going to do that because it's 314 Day tomorrow. And so that's our day that we get to just brag about St. Louis and all the amazing things that it has to offer. Benjamin, what's your favorite part about St. Louis?
Oh, man, I got to say the people. Being somebody that grew up here, we have the most diverse, interesting, dynamic group of people from any city that I've ever experienced in St. Louis. So at the end of the day, we could talk about affordability, we could talk about job market, all these other things that St. Louis is really great about. But at the end of the day, it's the people that make the place so awesome.
Let's talk about food.
Talk about food.
I mean, St. Louis got the best food, man.
314 Day. I'm going down to Urban Chestnut downtown tomorrow for 314 Day. Have some Budweiser, maybe. St. Louis traditions.
We should be drinking Budweiser right now.
Not going to be having any Emo's Pizza, though.
It wasn't 1:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, the barbecue. I lived in Texas for 5 years, and the barbecue in St. Louis beats the barbecue in Texas all day, every day. Toasted raviolis. I mean, come on.
I was in Tennessee last weekend, and you think about Tennessee, it's from the South. They should do barbecue really well, right? But everybody in Tennessee that I was talking to about barbecue said, you're from St. Louis. You know, St. Louis wipes the plate of Tennessee. And the guy actually referenced Pappy's and Bogart's and what else was it? Pappy's and Bogart's as the two places that he comes to St. Louis to just to get barbecue and then go to the zoo. So barbecue's not bad.
I think the St. Louisans, myself included, sometimes take it a little bit for granted. Some of the amazing things that we have here. And, we look at the coast, we're like, oh, they got beaches, right? Well, I would get sunburned all the time personally. And so, I mean, I'm not really missing out too much. Granted, it does get kind of hot here, but not nearly as bright as sun rays. And so I can get away from that sunburn, in that aspect. But there's so much awesome stuff in St. Louis. Family-friendly atmosphere, right? I mean, the zoo is free. You've got amazing universities, amazing hospitals, some of the best in the United States in general. Wash U, SLU, Barnes Hospital, right? I mean, the list goes on of just different things that we have to offer as a city. When it comes to, the affordability of housing here, right? I mean, that's just like an added bonus at the end of the day. And there's ultimately so many amazing aspects of St. Louis. The NGA, huge project, right? Let's talk about the different job markets that we might have opening up and the job markets that are here in general. It's a strong job market because people can make a fair wage and actually afford a house.
Right. Yeah. We've talked about it a couple times on the podcast, posted about it quite a bit, but Zillow ranked St. Louis as the #1 city in the country for first-time home buyers. And a lot of the reason for that ranking is because of the income to housing price affordability there. Like you're saying, there's plenty of jobs in St. Louis that you can get with or without a college degree, and you can earn a really quality living that's going to buy you a house in a good neighborhood. And then you've got all these great amenities that St. Louis offers that either they're free or they're way more affordable than they would be in a lot of other cities. I don't know if you've traveled to Chicago recently, but anything you do in Chicago is $100. Anything you do in St. Louis, I mean, if you're paying for it, it's $25 to get in. If it's not free, if it's not the zoo or so it's beyond just the affordability of the real estate, but actually the affordability of the lifestyle that you can have living in St. Louis as well. It's a unique situation in today's day and age, and something that I think we have a lot to be grateful for about.
A ton to be grateful for about, and I think people are starting to realize that more and more as they locate here. One, because of the affordability, but then also realizing that it's an awesome place to live. When you're right in the middle of the United States, meaning that if you've got family on either coast, you're not as far away from, either or, right? You can get to Michigan in 5-6 hours. you can get down to Georgia in 7-8 hours. It is super central, right? It's got amazing springs and falls. I mean, the weather today, 72 and sunny. I mean, come on, can't beat that. I should be golfing right now.
We have 4 seasons. A lot of people just have, winter and summer. We actually have 4 real seasons.
Yeah,
it's a lot of seasons to play golf in.
It's super awesome what's coming up here as far as weather goes.
Right? Yeah.
I'm super excited about it.
Dude, it's crazy. Not to get off topic, I had a big track workout yesterday, and I just had not been enjoying running for like the past 2 weeks because it had been 32 to 40 degrees and gray outside. And all of a sudden I'm doing 20 by 200 and it's 72 degrees and sunny outside. It's like, okay, this is fun again. Like, it's amazing how we get 3 days of sunshine and 70s again. And it's like, everything just becomes interesting and fun again. And all of a sudden your mood changes. It's like, I didn't realize I had seasonal depression until it was 72 degrees outside. Now I'm happy again. It's crazy.
I've got no idea what 20 by 200 is, but I fully agree with you.
Yeah, or you go for a nice walk with your family.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Nice walk with the family, little golfing here and there. Maybe run up and down some hills in the morning when I wake up. Right, but I mean that's awesome. Getting to enjoy the weather and feeling that, and bringing yourself back to happy again because of the weather.
Right. Oh.
Yeah. So I want to back up a little bit, and I actually want to talk about the NGA because of how big of a development that is, and a lot of people just don't know too much about it in general. So the campus, pretty close to being completed. People are already working over there. Now, the project includes a 700,000 square foot office building, 2 parking garages, a visitor center, and it's 97-acre site in North St. Louis. That's huge. Now, the NGA is strategically moved around to revitalize different parts of cities. Okay? Now, that's really cool. The North St. Louis in general has got so much potential as far as location goes that gets overlooked due to its previous kind of state, right? Where people would not necessarily feel the most comfortable, potentially.
Right. Well, you look at the history there, and there's, it was one of the most robust parts of St. Louis before all this kind of strategic divestment, white flight, all these other different things that you could say contributed to it, that did contribute to it. But we're getting back to a point again where we're reinvesting in that space like we should be, rightfully so. So yeah, I think it's really cool. I don't think they could have picked a better location. I think it's going to be great for the neighborhood there in Old North and in North City. But then you also look at the supply chain hub up in that area as well. North of downtown is where a lot of cargo comes and goes from St. Louis, when it travels on the river or when it comes to the Midwest. So being that we have this big development there next to one of the logistic hubs of the Midwest, I think there's kind of a combination there that could really ignite something special to rejuvenate that North City, North County area.
Yeah, and so, I mean, what is the NGA? What does that stand for, right? It's not National Geographic Association. Okay, sorry, guys. It is National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. Okay. Now, what is the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, Benjamin?
Yeah, so it's actually a United States Department of Defense agency, and their primary mission is to collect, analyze, and distribute geospatial intelligence in support of national security.
National security.
Space warfare. Star Wars.
That's big stuff.
Big stuff.
Big time. I mean,
yeah.
I sold a house that looked like Star Wars once.
You got hate for it on TikTok too, man.
I did, man.
You said that's the Star Wars house, and everybody on TikTok,
it looked like
they were
Star
roasting
Wars.
you in the comments. I thought it looked like Star Wars too. It looked like a little stormtrooper there, right on South Kings Highway. You can go check it out.
That's what I'm saying.
Stormtrooper house.
It's on Kings Highway, right next to Tower Grove Park. If you guys don't believe me, this house looks like Star Wars. You can also go to my Instagram page or the TikTok that I apparently have, and go check it out. And you can agree with me that it looks like Star Wars.
Okay, so the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency has a staff of 3,100 people, and it's currently located in Soulard. So those employees will be relocating north to the new campus. So when we talk about job creation, it's not necessarily going to bring jobs directly to North City. A lot of those workers are already in St. Louis. They're going to be relocating. Their commute will change. But it's the support services and the staff, the restaurants, the groundskeepers, those kind of accessory jobs, I think will bring, those will be the things that bring the revitalization to that neighborhood, those areas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the project was and is $1.7 billion.
Right.
The construction cost was $711 million. The construction phases in general, we're looking to be done in 2026. That's what they're saying. And so it's nearing the end of that project. So that's super exciting. Super exciting. And so as far as restaurants in St. Louis, we talked barbecue for a little bit. Pappy's Smokehouse. We could name a ton of them. There's countless amazing barbecue places in St. Louis. Rooster on South Grand. No, they're not getting enough love as far as what they could be. Because maybe I just miss Rooster. That might be one.
I think you miss Rooster. I think everybody in South City loves Rooster.
Yeah,
not to say that it's overhyped, but it's well loved and
yeah, it's very much so well loved. Yeah. But maybe I just need to go show it some love personally. Yeah.
Move out to Fenton and forget your roots.
Man,
you need to take a trip in there to go to Rooster on South Grand.
Working at Rooster was amazing. I worked at Rooster in high school.
Yeah,
it was great. I loved working there. As far as other restaurants and whatnot goes in St. Louis, where should people take their wife on a date for 314 Day?
I'm biased, or Olivia and I are biased towards Asian food particularly. I love some Thai food. I love some Vietnamese food. So Mai Lee is fantastic. Thai Country Cafe in the Loop is very good. Corner 17 in the Loop is fantastic. If you're looking for Chinese food, their 3-pan chicken is the best Chinese food you will get in St. Louis. And their house-made noodles as well. Those house-made noodles at Corner 17 are to die for. We got Soul Taco. Soul Taco is St. Louis' favorite. One of my favorites personally. What else we got? Countless, right?
Countless, really. Crown Candy, North St. Louis.
Yeah, next to the NGA.
Yeah, next to the NGA.
I haven't been up there in a while.
I know.
Crown Candy, get a Reuben.
Ooh, those Reubens are... We grew up eating those.
And a malt.
We grew up eating those all the time. Southwest Diner, kind of Richmond Heights, Maplewood area.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Next to my old house. We used to go there quite a bit.
Yeah, love that place.
They have the best biscuit and gravy in St. Louis.
I can't eat biscuits and gravy, but I imagine they're phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine. The Olympia kebab over there in Richmond Heights. I love their Greek food. When I used to live in Richmond Heights, we'd go there all the time. What's the name of that other one? That was in Richmond Heights that I go to all the time. Michael's.
Yeah, you like the wings from Michael's.
Oh man, I'd eat the wings from Michael's every night. Every night. Those were phenomenal. So long story short, plenty of options.
Yeah. We have good coffee in St. Louis as well.
We do.
We have really good coffee.
I had amazing coffee this morning at a coffee shop at a meeting, and
where'd you go?
Hole in the wall. I don't remember the name of it right now. But it was really, really good. But coffee shops in St. Louis, they're all over the place.
Right, and really good as well. Like really high quality, really, we've got a couple different shops that really care about the quality of their coffee. Black Lab Coffee in on the Loop in the Tech Artesia space. You've got Caldi's, you've got Blueprint, you've got Sump Coffee down in South City. Sump Coffee is really cool, really good vibes down there.
Omen Coffee
Coffee in Midtown.
Mark's a cool guy. Owns that shop, super good. Coffee Culture, that's the name of the place.
Coffee Culture, I've heard good things actually.
Yeah,
and that's like a newer spot, right?
I don't know how new it is. I do know that they made an amazing Americano.
Okay.
And so I'll be going back there again for sure. On Lindbergh.
Okay.
Kind of South County area.
Yeah, down in Afton.
Yeah. So, we've talked about a lot of the great stuff in St. Louis. What's going on, the food, the culture. It's one of a kind. So 314 Day tomorrow. Make sure you get out and enjoy this amazing city. And we appreciate you guys tuning in.
That's right. Get out, celebrate, go support a local business, go to a cool coffee shop or a great restaurant, get some emos if you like emos, get some Budweiser if you like Budweiser. But most of all, let's just be grateful for this great city that we live in.
Absolutely. Get out there, go support a small business. Appreciate you guys.